That's right, guys. It is the long-awaited time for review of the LG G3. So, let's go ahead and start off with one of the most important aspects of a phone. Its specs. I say one of because it's not the most important like the Moto X that I wanted to get showed us. So this phone, oops, sorry, spoiler, features a then top of the line Snapdragon 801 and 3 gigabytes of RAM on my 32 gigabyte version. It has a 13 megapixel optically stabilized camera with a laser autofocus. And it supports microSD cards up to 2 terabytes, but no such card exists. So in several years when they do, if you have a G3, you'll be ready. The display is a 2560 by 1440p 2K display, and what does take advantage of 2K looks stunning on this. Right now I'm running the Google Now launcher instead of LG's custom launcher, because I'm kind of an Android purist, but you may not be, so you may choose it. Also, I keep accidentally opening apps. That was 9gag. So, Authentic Weather, best app ever. I highly suggest you download it. So let's go ahead and jump into a couple of benchmarks. Actually, really only one. The only one that I have time for, quadrant standard. Because I only have 12 minutes, and if it would almost all be taken up by benchmarks. So it's chugging along. Anything. 2D graphics. Some 3D graphics. Running at 50 frames per second about. Sorry for the shakiness, I'm just trying to get the whole frame in view. Running about 40 to 55. There's 50, 47, 44, 49, 50. This is usually the one where it tends to suffer. It's hitting 30 frames, 34. On this one, yes. So I got a score of 13,855 running Android runtime, which is actually lower than on Dalvik, which is kind of confusing and also concerning. But I am only running KitKat on this unit, but it was teased by LG that Android Lollipop is coming, quote, very soon, so we'll have to see about that. But for now, let's just go ahead and jump into possibly the least graphically demanding game ever, besides Candy Crush and Flappy Bird. Giant Boulder of Death. As you can see, there's some slight bits of discoloration. Every once in a while it does that, where it lags like that on startup, but then you go ahead and relaunch it, and then it's fine. So we'll go ahead and play a round of Giant Boulder of Death, which I also recommend you download. See you like there. So my goal is to score 80,000 points in a run. I'm not going to meet that. I'm probably going to have to buy it with gems, because I suck at this game. Oh god. some shit and some cows and sheep. And what you're hearing this through is the 1 amp speaker on the back of the G3, which LG claims to have a certain oomph, and I will say it is no boom sound. It's not on par and bass, but it is on par on audio, and certainly being rear-facing, nothing can punch the front-facing ones on the HTC One series or the Cygus V2, even, or Nexus 6 or new Moto X. The new Moto X was the device that I wanted to get, but my father got upsold, so anyway. We'll just go ahead and cut this short so it's not 10 minutes of gameplay of Giant Boulder of Death. But my camera isn't very good, but from what you can see, the screen is kind of discolored. And there's a huge issue with that 2560 by 1440p screen. And it does say 12 hours and 10 minutes usage on battery, but very, very little of that was on screen time. It actually doesn't tell you how much on screen time you have, which, LG, come on. But the battery life on this is not impressive at all, considering the 3,000 milliamp hour power unit in it. And see, I just hit 20% charge. And I don't know if this is Sprint's fault or LG's. I'm gonna go ahead and blame Sprint for this one. But when I was out and about today, the 3G indicator would go on and off. But anyway, to get back on topic, that 2560 by 1440p screen drags the battery and the performance down with it. You can help the performance somewhat with downloading a custom launcher. I recommend Google Now or Nova Launcher for that. So go ahead and try those and their performance will be better. Switch to Android runtime. For that you have to go to, since I see a lot of people not knowing how to get to developer options on their G3, what you're going to do is go down to Settings, About Phone, I think it's Software Information, and then tap Build Number 7 times. It says, no need, you are already a developer, because I've done that. So then you go back to the first page of Settings, Developer Options, select Runtime, use Art, and I also have it set to force GPU rendering, and all the animation scales are set to 0.5 times. So that helps with the snappiness a bit. But let's get to the final picture. Without all these pixels, this would easily be candidate for best phone. But it has way too many pixels. But there's other phones out there like the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and if you're on Verizon, the Droid Turbo, Motorola Droid Turbo, they can handle Quad HD correctly, and I'm sure we'll see the G4 significantly improve on that. But the go over to the back side, you'll see the rear-mounted button placement. It doesn't actually look like this, it's just the lighting I have is terrible. In the middle, you have power, volume up, and volume down on either side of the power button. And up here, here's your camera, your laser flash. I mean, not laser flash, as Apple calls it, True Tone flash, I believe. And your laser autofocus. But your 13 megapixel optically stabilized camera, how does it perform? Well, I have some test shots that you won't be able to see in their full glory on here. The camera is actually one of the biggest high points of the device. Coming in, I took this at a movie theater. It's an M&M's ad. It's a really, really good picture. So to wrap up, G3, good features, good design, good camera, bad battery, bad performance, but that's because of too many pixels. So if I were to buy any phone on the market right now, well, if I was on Verizon, the clear winner is the Droid Turbo, but if I was on any other carrier, I would go HTC One M8, new Moto X, if you can afford it, the Note 4, down that route. And this has been New American Fishkeeper with my first ever phone review, signing off, and I'm sorry for the shaky camera. I don't have enough space on my desk to do this with working on the tripod. Anyway, give a like and a comment if you want to see a review of the Moto 360 you saw at the beginning of the video, and I will see you at some point in the future. Goodbye.